In this video I'd like to talk a little bit about the Mantis, the level 7 unique vehicle which has a countermeasure role. It doesn't have any offensive weapons of its own out of the box. It gets a secondary weapon at level 8 for helicopters and ground units. A little bit of self-protection, I guess, but aside from that it's simply there to protect your other units and buildings, of course, if it's in defense. The speed is 50 units, so it's capable of keeping up and outpacing the kind of units you're likely to want to protect, such as the your tanks and M270s, GMLRS, that kind of thing. Its range is pretty good. You just need to really be close to, or at least within 300 units of the target or the unit that's being targeted by the enemy, be it a salvo unit or pretty much any of the helicopters above the Cobra, the TOS-1, GMLRS, anything that fires rockets, M270s, anything like this. All this stuff can be intercepted, including actually the Raptor and the F-35, all fire rockets. Nonetheless, you want the unit within 300 units of the unit that's being targeted, and then you have a pretty good chance, in my experience thus far, 90% of a hit rate, even with this level 2 unit. It does have a level 5 Mark III crew, which, as you can see, is giving 63% currently countermeasure damage, which is explosive damage of the projectile. I'll show you in a video shortly how that translates and how that seems to work. So this unit is capable of defending itself and its other units against salvo level 5, which is the kind of thing you'd find at CC8, and also against four M270s, provided they're not all firing absolutely together. If their shots are moments apart, then it can defend itself against 4 of those also. So it's pretty versatile. Level 4 armor, which it shares with the units here. I don't have any of the others yet, so this would be the one that actually develops that. CC7, CC8, when you get to CC7 you've got to develop your Macabre, and then when you get to CC8 all the really good stuff is level 8 and heavy also. So the commons required to upgrade this unit are going to be needed to be spread fairly thinly, really. So to be honest, at the moment the Macabre is the more important unit to upgrade. So if you do find yourself getting to level 4 where you can unlock this, you get extra health and armor versus explosive damage, which is going to help since you're already blocking the armor piercing damage. It won't help you against machine guns, however. Now, the tungsten rounds add some range, along with plethora of other improvements, so this one would probably be worth it, but I can't see myself really getting to a stage where you can upgrade this until much later. Then we've got the minigun, the RNG I've already looked at, and then finally there's level 10 armor against ballistic damage, so that actually would be your machine guns. So yeah, they've left that to level 10. The build cost is now 3.8 million since the update. I built 2. That's actually enough at the moment, it seems. So let's have a look at a defensive video initially. Now, this level 66 guy, I think, attacked me with essentially CC6 level units. And dropped them all on top of a mine also. So the Mantis defensive unit takes 8 seconds to spawn, and that's what I'm going to be you're going to be seeing here. So aside from his units dying really rather quickly, if I switch this to half speed, you can see how the unit's firing. You can see it doesn't actually move once it's spawned outside of the war factory. It'll just sit there. So you can see the shots it's firing right in the center of the screen there, creating an explosive ball that detonates and then takes out the unit or the incoming rockets in that sphere. And that's the countermeasure damage, I guess they're talking about. So when you put it back to regular speed, you can see against a single unit, there's no chance you're going to take any damage from that. And that unit in particular just there saved the helicopter pads all by itself, pretty much. Aside from that, so this was an offensive game. The Mantis doesn't get involved until much later. Let's go for 140 here. So the Mantis here spawned directly in front of the units, and I found in experiments that I've made that it intercepts something in the region of like 85 to 90% of rockets from single units like this, if they're fired at another unit. If they're fired at the Mantis itself, its hit rate is lower, much lower, like 60-70%. So we'll see here as it takes this incoming fire. There's 6 shots per salvo there. You can see it's taking way more hits than it should be. So let's move forward a bit. So now it's defending from a right angle, and it could be that. It could be the position or the relative position of the Mantis compared to the incoming units, but you can see it's hitting pretty much everything coming out. So extremely effective, and the bonus is that the current meta is all about helicopters. The introduction of the new F-35 really gives it quite some scope when it comes to both a defensive and an attacking unit. If you're facing a base that's producing M270s or HIMARS or GMLRS as defending units, you can defend your platoon against that really quite effectively. So all in all, it's a good unit. I've been pretty impressed with it so far, and I think what I'll do is I'll make some more videos as I progress with the unit itself, and we go up in equipment levels and unit levels itself. Okay, I hope that helps. Take care.